Hi, it's Barb, Maple PhD, and with this segment, I wanted to look at some things in board games that I'm finding that are astronomically related, but not in astronomy-themed board games that have just kind of delighted me when I've seen them. This time I want to talk about Century Golem Edition. This is a reskin of another game called Century Spice Road, but specifically I'm talking about the Golem Edition because you're not going to find this card in the other version. So in this game, you are using cards in your hand to trade gems. You're also trying to get other cards in your hand to improve your trades and kind of get a little engine going so that you can trade, your yellow gems into something more valuable, and then kind of get all the way up to the most valuable, and then maybe turn one of those in for a whole bunch of the less valuable ones. But the whole time, what you are ultimately trying to do is trade to get gems in order to bring golems into your society. And this is the card that absolutely delighted me. It's an observatory. I love a few things about this card. One of the things I like is that it is that stereotypical, if I were to tell you, think about a ground-based observatory telescope, this is what you would think of, that building with the giant dome on top. The dome has a little slit in it so that that's where the telescope can look out of. The slit can close in order to protect that telescope from the elements if it needs it, or during the daytime when you're not using it. One of the things I don't know about this golem is, usually that dome can turn 360 degrees so that you can see almost anything in the sky that's visible from where your location is. So I bet this one may not turn 360, but if you asked the golem nicely, I bet he would turn to look at the thing that you're interested in. The other thing that I really enjoy about this card is that the golem is climbing up a mountain. Oftentimes we try to get our ground-based telescopes as high as we can, as give it as much altitude as we can. Why is that? Well, if you think about looking at the night sky, and I hope you've had a chance to look at the night sky. I know it can be hard to see stars, though, in some of the regions that have a lot of light pollution, but if you ever get a chance, go out and make sure to look at the stars. And when you do, you will notice that they appear to twinkle a little bit. Now, this isn't the light from the star itself twinkling, it's the light as it passes through our atmosphere, getting bumped around basically by the particles in our atmosphere. And so it's very pretty to look at, but when you're trying to take very precise astronomical measurements, it can get in the way of that. And so we put our telescopes as high as we can in order to get, as little atmosphere between us and the light in our data. So those are just a couple of things that I noticed in Century Spice and why I really enjoyed finding this card. If you find something in a board game that delights you, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. Otherwise, grab a cup of tea and enjoy the rest of your tea time.